unofficial governments and organizations among the Tamils living overseas who have been key to their brotherhood to deal with the effects of the war on the lives of the victims of the war in the northern and eastern provinces have not borne any remarkable benefits to uplift their living conditions. The Tamils lost everything that once defined our strength. Parts of the lands owned, the economy slumped, while employment opportunities and their standards of education, etc., declined sharply. The contribution of the Tamils to the national GDP plummeted to its lowest levels. The aspirations of many of the youth in the Tamil community had in the past changed from the lofty goals once many had in the field of education to aspirations to go abroad, using whatever means possible and hoping for a better future there, and help their family members with the dream of a better life overseas. The University of Jaffna, which was once a beacon of intellectual pursuit, has regrettably become a stage for organizing protests and hartals, rather than fostering its academic excellence and innovations. No one seems to take note of the large number of graduates who have come out of the universities in the north and east and continue to remain unemployed. Their protests often fall on deaf ears. The focus on the political agitation was overshadowed with the institution's noble mission of the education. The research, in essence, the prevailing in the northern province is far from conducive to meaningful development or progress. No serious effort has been made to stymie this trend and provide more employment opportunities even to the Tamils who pass out from the universities, or to realize the agricultural lands, to get it released as they are occupied by the army, and renovate the damaged irrigation infrastructure in the north and the east, to facilitate those involved in cultivation to start their activities once again. Promises that have been made by successive governments to alleviate the living conditions of the people of the north and east continue to remain unfulfilled. Even the provincial councils of the north and the east failed to make a serious attempt in this direction. Politicians continue to speak of achieving their political goals while none of the political parties have any definite plan of action to help to improve the living conditions of the war-affected compatriots. Even the newly elected President of Sri Lanka has spoken on many occasions that he would develop the Tamil areas in the north and east. Sadly, one cannot see any serious moves in that direction. The efforts made by a few charitable organizations and philanthropists to help them have not brought any lasting benefits.
Mr. Iqbal, sorry for the interruption. Can you adjust your camera a little bit?
Down.
Can you take down the camera?
Yeah, now it's okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, right. On the contrary, their efforts have fostered a dependency syndrome among the victims who continue to expect more and more assistance from the Tamils living overseas and from the Tamil organizations in the diaspora for most of their requirements. Before the conflict escalated, most of the people of those areas who have been involved in agriculture and other self-employment activities had formed cooperative societies, especially significant agricultural producers, cooperative societies and thrift and credit cooperative societies, which provided stable and substantial benefits to meet the marketing and financial needs of its members. One of the disastrous consequences of the war was the disruption of the cooperative societies in the north and east, which had to increase operations, which had to cease operations due to repeated displacements of the population. It is on record that among the cooperatives of the pre-war days, the thrift and credit cooperative societies had played a decisive role in meeting the credit needs of rural communities and played a vital role in meeting the financial needs of the people involved. Agricultural and other employment opportunities in the region, when the war ended, many of the displaced went back to their respective villages to district to start them and attempted to reactivate most of those cooperatives spontaneously. That they would not do so effectively as the two cooperative society training institutes in the region had ceased to function following the consequences of the war. Hence, the reactivated cooperatives failed to perform as effectively as they had done before the war. According to a report from the then governor of the northern province, there were nearly 1,300 thrift and credit cooperative societies among the victims of the war. Among them was a well-managed district union and a thrift and credit societies union in the north. Many more such societies with other objectives had been functioning before the war, and most of them are now non-functional, defunct. Any efforts to revive the income-generating activities of the people in that region would be linked with the revival of the cooperative societies that were functioning before the war. Many of them are now not functioning as effectively as they had during the days of the conflict. In spite of the subject of cooperatives, society is fully devolved under the 13th Amendment. The Provincial Councils Act, the provincial councils of the northern and eastern province did not make any serious effort to avail of this facility and use the cooperatives to give a boost to the economic conditions of the people. One of the reasons for that, in spite of the state of affairs, was the northern and eastern province. Yep. Okay, thank you. I'm talking about cooperatives because I was Assistant Commissioner of Corporate Development in Jaffna, Mannar, and Colombo, and I know how they functioned and how they could be made to function. Okay, since my time is up, I will stop. So I have finished it, and if there are any questions, I will be happy to answer.
Sorry, can you provide an example of a cooperative that he's speaking about?
He's asking, one audience asking, can you give any example for the cooperative society you mentioned here? Any example?
Yes. One of the best societies is the District Union of Thrift and Credit Societies, which had large sums of monies as savings of the members, which were given as credit to its members. And the other society that I can speak of is the Mahasakti in the Eastern Province, which has a large number of women as members, and the board also has women, and their performance is outstanding.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Iqbal and Rajani Iqbal. Wonderful presentation.
Sorry, வெட்ட குரூப்ல போட்டபடியா எனக்கு உடனே பேச நம்ம போயிட்டு இதுல வந்து உண்மையிலே அந்த யாழ்ப்பாண மாவட்ட சமாசம் இருக்குது. அதுல கிட்டத்தட்ட 200 சொசைட்டிஸ் ஃபங்க்ஷன் பண்ணுது. அவைகளிட்ட 1983ல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணினது. இப்ப 200 கோடி ரூபாய் அவங்க சொந்த காசு இருக்கு, மெம்பர்ஸ் இன்டு சேவிங்ஸ். அது நல்லபடியா ஃபங்க்ஷன் பண்ணுது. ஆனால் இப்ப அந்த ஃபங்க்ஷன் பண்ணாத சொசைட்டிஸை செய்ய வேண்டியும் மற்றது மற்ற நாடுகள்ல இருக்கிற மாதிரி அந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸை இப்ப பால் பண்ண நெதர்லாண்ட்ஸ் எடுத்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த பண்ணையில் பால் இது வந்து கம்பெனினா அந்த பால் வந்து அரசாங்கத்துக்கு அதுதான் கூட சப்ளை பண்ணது. அப்ப இலங்கையில இப்ப நாங்கள் வந்து யுத்தத்துக்கு பிறகு நிச்சயமாக இந்த கோஆபரேட்டிவ் எல்லா இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சரும் இருக்கிறபடியா இந்த த்ரிப்ட் அண்ட் கிரெடிட் கோஆபரேட்டிவ் சொசைட்டிக்கு அடிமட்டத்து சொசைட்டி, செகண்டரி சொசைட்டி, யூனியன் அண்டு பிறகு மாவட்ட மட்டத்தில வட மாகாணத்துக்குன்னு சொல்லி மாகாண மட்டத்தில சம்மேளனம் வந்து இருக்கு. அந்த சம்மேளனம் உலக ரீதியாக ஆசிய சம்மேளனத்தில் அங்கத்துவம் பெறலாம், வேர்ல்ட் கவுன்சில்ல அங்கத்துவம் பெறலாம். ஆனா அதெல்லாம் நடைபெறையில. அப்ப அதுகளை வந்து நாங்கள் புத்துயிர் குடும்பமாக இருந்தால் ஒரு ஒரு அரசாங்கத்தையே நாங்கள் அரசாங்கத்தின் அளவுக்கு செயல்படக்கூடிய அந்த வாய்ப்பு அந்த கோஆபரேட்டிவ் இருக்கு. ஒரு சுருக்கிய நேரம் இருக்கிறபடியால என்னால மிச்ச விஷயங்களை சொல்ல முடியல. உதாரணத்துக்கு யுத்தத்துக்கு பிறகே பல்லவராயன்கட்டில ஒரு சங்கம் உருவாக்கப்பட்டு மிக சிறப்பாக இப்ப செயல்பட்டு கொண்டு வருது. உற்பத்தி கூட்டுறவு சங்கமாக தனி பெண்களால செயல்பட்டு கொண்டு வருது. இதுல நாங்கள் பிறகு ஏதாவது மேலதிகமா டைம் இருந்தா நான் மேலதிகம் விளக்கம் தேவைப்பட்டா நான் சொல்றது காத்திருக்கிறேன். மற்றது மகாசக்தி என்ற ஒரு அமைப்பும் 30 கிழக்கு மாகாணத்துல 30 அங்கத்தவர்களோடு ஆரம்பிக்கப்பட்டது. இன்று 300 அங்கத்தவர்களுக்கு கிட்ட இருக்கு. பெண்கள் அவர்கள் வந்து மிக சிறப்பாக 24 கிராமங்கள்ல செயல்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள் அந்த மகாசக்தி என்ற அமைப்பு. இதனை விட வடமாகாணத்தில் அந்த சம்மேளனம் ஒரு நீர்ப்பாசன திட்டத்தை நெதர்லாந்துல இருக்கிற வில்டஹான்சன் என்ற நிறுவனத்தோடு சேர்ந்து உருவாக்கி 1000க்கும் மேற்பட்ட மக்கள், அதாவது விவசாய மக்கள் பலன் பெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அதாவது இதை பற்றி சொல்றதுக்கே ஒரு நாள். ஆகவே இதோடு சிப்பாற்றுறேன். மேலதிகமாக தேவைப்பட்ட நீங்கள் எங்களோட தொடர்பு கொண்ட நாங்கள் சொல்லக்கூடியது. நன்றி. நன்றி.
Krishantan and Sulakshan, British College of Applied Studies. You are going to present on post-war deforestation and its influence on microclimate change in the northern Sri Lanka, a case study of Mullaitivu and Vadamarachi East.
So, good morning, team. So, this is Krishantan from the British College of Applied Studies. So, here I'm going to present you about this post-war deforestation and microclimate change in northern Sri Lanka, especially in Mullaitivu and Vadamarachi East area. So as we all know, the forest plays a major role in regulating the climate, temperature and rainfall. And when it's come to a tropical island like Sri Lanka, the forest covers are the main aspects of this temperature and rainfall moderation. And also the forest have a huge impact on the soil fertility and the maintenance of this perfect ecosystem. And it was noticed like Sri Lanka have a mass decline in the forest, and this study is about to assess the impacts, especially after this post-war in 2009. So when we come to the introduction of this ecosystem in northern Sri Lanka, so these forests are the main aspects which regulate these microclimates. It stabilizes soils, it conserves waters, and support the biodiversity, which is essential for this ecological balance. And the forests also moderate the temperatures, it influences the main rainfall distribution, it maintains the ecosystem, and it is very essential for the agriculture and livelihoods in the rural communities, the communities which is surrounded in these forest areas. So in the past years, there was a significant decline in the forest cover. This is because of some aspects like agricultural expansion, infrastructure development, and also the weak conservation of policies and things. Especially after this war in 2019 and the socio-political factors, environmental crisis, and intense bombing in the last phase of these wars, and the displaced population due to war made the forest covers decline to a significant amount. And also, in addition to this, the 2004 tsunami was a major thing which devastated the coastal areas, and they also altered the ecosystem, and they also initiated this forced resettlement and this agriculture relocation. So these are the literature reviews we went through to have this presentation, to do this research. So we have this global evidence of deforestation, and we have a Sri Lanka's context, and there are some research gaps and we took that as well. So the driven factors, the drivers of this post-war deforestation, or the main drivers of the deforestation, are like infrastructure development. Before 2009, due to the civil war, one party, they needed the forest covers actually. They need the forest covers actually, but after this 2019, to clear the area, to clear the land area, they have this rapid expansion of roads, they have these forest resettlements, and they have constructed a huge housing in a large scale, and this comes as the main driver of the deforestation in north. And as I said, the resettlement and land use change. The resettlement means this is mainly because of this forced resettlement in some places, which divides Mullaitivu and the eastern part, and the forests were like deforested, and some forced resettlements were made. And there were like weak governance and regulatory gap. Where the divisional secretariats, the state forest reserves, they have this lacking manpower and lacking this administration to to enforce this environmental and forest safeguarding policies in a better way. And agriculture expansion, as I said, when there is a settlement, whether it's a normal settlement or a forced resettlement, there should be a need for the land for the agriculture. So this post-war peace enables the expansion of farming and plantation, which is mainly done by destroying the forest covers and forest lands. And after the war, the cultivation was shifted to as a commercial agriculture, and it was done by replacing these forest covers. And the economic liberalization and investment, so the end of the conflict, they attract the foreign investment, accelerating the land conversion for the economic facilities, economic ventures, building hotels, resorts, and everything. So that also have an impact on this deforestation. So this research was mainly on four aspects, like to quantify how many the loss of the forest covers in a span of around 40 years, especially in Mullaitivu and Vadamarachi East, and then determine the climatic link, which is due to this forest cover loss, and to assess the resettlement impact, and to propose the sustainable reforestation and resilience strategies for the future. So when it comes to this study area, we took seasonal and annual rainfall of these areas, the temperature analysis for the past 40 years, the soil fertility analysis, and the land use changes. So this research was done in a mixed method, which means we done in quantitative and qualitative methods, where we use this satellite image, climate data, soil samples, and even we met with the 40 household surveys, which are recently resettled families, about their land use, their adaptations, their types of crops they cultivate. And from that, we do pre-processing, climate data clearing, soil sample preparation in a lab test, and survey data. From all that, we came to the conclusion and policy recommendations for this reforestation and climate adaptation. So when it's come to the, from the analysis, we found out like the forest cover dynamics, we have around 65% loss of forest covers in Mullaitivu area. So this is because of settlement agriculture, and obviously from, the heavy last phase of war. And in Vadamarachi East, which is a coastal area, where we lost around 40%. This is because of the coastal development, the development of the infrastructures and everything, and the population, they were linked. And when it comes to the temperature analysis, like we find out like there were around 1.5 degrees Celsius to 2 degrees Celsius of average annual increase in the temperature. And it is noted, like in Mullaitivu, we have noticed the highest rise because the Mullaitivu area went to a severe clearance of these forest land areas. And also it is noted like the land surface temperature, which is an important factor also. Yeah, so in the deforestation areas, and when comes to the rainfall variability and soil degradation, we found that like the deforested area, we got 25% decrease in the fertility of the soil, and also the monsoons, the rainfall and monsoons, it was disturbed up to 10 to 15%. So the implications of the implications and recommendations should be, we should plant trees. Recommendation should be, we should launch the community driven deforestation in degraded areas. We should promote the sustainable agriculture, so which means when you are clearing a forest area, you should plant some trees, to equal that loss. And we should enforce strict laws for the forest protection, and we should have the resilience planning, and we should educate the people who are resettling. And from the school level, we should educate and create awareness to this and to inform them around these climatic changes. So Mullaitivu and Vadamarachi area have 65 and 40% of this forest cover loss from 1980. And the consequences is there was an increase in 2 degrees Celsius in the temperature, and 15% rainfall irregularity, and 25% of soil fertility decline. So deforestation is not only an ecological issue, and this is a main issue that people face after this post-war recovery. And reforestation have a sustainable land practices, and they are very important in rebuilding the resilience in northern Sri Lanka. So it's not an ecological recovery, and it's the Sri Lanka's living climate shield. We should restore the northern Sri Lanka's living climate shield. And these are the reference. And I'm open for the questions. Thank you.
Kajindan, Krishantan and Sulakshan. This is the time for question and answer. Any question? We have 4 minutes for them. Any question from you?
The last speaker said that one of the solutions to the deforestation is obviously to plant more. Is it also the type of plants you put in? So I just wanted him to touch on that, the type of plants.
He's asking what type of plants. Type of plants can you mention, or can you include in your presentation?
So type of plants, that type of plants means whether, is she asking about the lands they are cultivating as of now? Or?
No, it's like, is there a specific type of plants
Very specifically?
that make a difference?
No, in the forest area, there was a huge, species of teak, mahoganies, and they give us a shades actually. And now they were deforested, they were destroyed, and that land was used for agriculture, like making paddies and some small scale vegetable crops, which have an impact on the climate, because it's not going, the paddies or something is not going to give you these exact climatic thing that these the long canopies that gonna give. So when we use these agricultural plant, we can't compare the agricultural plant with these large scale canopies when it comes to these climatic issues. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Logeshwari Suryakumaran, Eastern University, Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Logeshwari, you are going to present on microcredit lending challenges among women entrepreneurs in Jaffna. Okay, you will be given 10 minutes, as you know. Please start your presentation. Good luck.
A warm wishes to all of you, regardless of the time on your clock. Women entrepreneurs facing banking discrimination, this is the heart of the matter. We are not just talking about the abstract financial challenges, we are talking about the real woman with a real business facing whatever data reveals to be systematic and discriminatory banking practices. Moreover, we are going to discuss together the journey of economic empowerment to paved with more than just good intention. Is a request to fundamental rethinking how to we deliver the financial service. Here the microcredit has been globally celebrated as a powerful tool for empowering women and stimulating economic development in low-income communities. Its core promise providing small collateral-free loans is compelling. However, in Sri Lanka, we see the troubling products. Our women endorsed near perfect literacy rate over the 99%, yet only about a third are employed and mere quarter are business owners or entrepreneurs. That means 25%. This disconnect is where our research problem lies. Despite being the primary beneficiaries of the microfinance schemes, known for their reliability and commitment not to family welfare, women entrepreneurs is district like Jaffna continue to face profound challenges to actually accessing and benefiting from the microcredit. Here, so what we set out to do, our objective is first to explore the specific challenges stemming from what are the identity and discriminatory banking practices, then identify the key structural barriers within the microfinance institution themselves. Then we want to analyze the real world impact of their challenges on the growth and the sustainability of women-led business. Finally, we want to provide the concrete and evidence-based recommendation for the improvement. Here we can see the literature. When we see the existing literature globally, there's a microcredit. This one mixed scholars like Happy highlight the potential for the empowerment, while others like Batchman and the Chang want is the potential to create a cycle of debt. At the same time, here we can see that one in Sri Lanka context, this duality, normally we can see that duality is true because research by the Herath and others confirm that the microcredit can enhance the woman confidence and decision making, but crucially only when it's coupled with the market access and adequate income. Similarly, studies find that the credit alone is insufficient without training and service facilities. However, when we zoom on Jaffna, the post-conflict region in northern Sri Lanka, we find a significant research gap. The existing studies point out the mismatch between the microfinance institution objectives and borrowers' needs. And note that the entrepreneurs are often necessity-driven, operating within the minimal capital. Here our approach was the qualitative immense. Here I am doing the qualitative research and we did collected through the semi-structured interviews and questionnaire with the 15 women entrepreneurs purposely select from the across rural and urban division in Jaffna. Their business span manufacturing services, agriculture and retail. Who are those entrepreneurs? Our findings paint a clear picture. They are the predominantly middle age, suggesting life experience and stability. Their education level is typically ordinary level, meaning that they possess the vast practical knowledge but may lack of formal business training. Critically, a significant 34% are in the manufacturing sector. They are making the item like food, product and clothing. And importantly, the vast majority, 12 out of 15, have more than 5 years of experience. These are not novices, but they are established businesswomen with a proven track record. That means they have got the Best Woman Entrepreneurs Award in Sri Lanka. Then key findings from our research, microcredit access challenges. The banking system creates major obstacles for the women entrepreneurs. That means first one is the high interest rate, which is to reduce the profit of them. Then strange in collateral requirement, which are difficult for women with a limited property ownership because they have to give some mortgage assets or some other thing to get a loan. And another one is complex application procedure because that one is a very bureaucratic hurdle because the complex administration, that application procedure means they have to submit a lot of documents and they have to follow certain steps to get a loan. And also there is another thing is short repayment period. Within the short period, 1 or 2 years, they have to repay the loan without getting the profit. That's the thing which causes the cash flow issues to them, to their business circulation. At the same time, institutional negligence also critical finding in the woman profound sense of the being overlooked because even the financial institution have some certain concessional loan facilities or some things are there. They didn't properly announce to the women entrepreneurs. Sometimes if they have the knowledge regarding the cessation loan schemes or something, when they try to get that one, normally banking officers or some persons are tell that one that system is complete. You can't get a loan like this. Then this is the things also happen to them. The complete lack of transparency because non-transparent loan rejection happened by the financial institution, the business entities person. Then the complete task of business guidance, which limit their option and pushes them towards the narrow range of financial services. That's happened to them. And another thing is when you see that one on the problem of high interest rate for the women entrepreneurs in Jaffna, that is burden to the women entrepreneurs. High rates consume their profit, prevent the business growth, and also a predatory lending practice. It's going to be accused of exploiting women's lack of the option, trapping them in the cycle of debt, because when after they're getting the loan, they only mainly concentrate on the repayment of loan and regarding the interest and installment, right, main principal money, then they can't concentrate on their business activities. That's the trapping set up by providing by the financial institution. Another one, impact on the business sustainability. High cost of repayment causes women to focus on the loan instead of the reinvesting in their business, because threatening their long-term survival and success. That's also happened by the facilities. And the another thing is complex application procedure. I have already mentioned that one. It's a major barrier for women entrepreneurs in Jaffna seeking microcredit, because documentation requires excessive amount of paperwork they have to need. For an example, ID, business records, guarantors forms like it itself, they have significant obstacles to them. And also multiple approval stages. That means when they try to get the loan, they have to go different places to get the approval. The process involves many steps and repeated visit to the bank, which is especially difficult for women who have managed both business and domestic duties. And also language and literacy barriers, because when they try to fill the forms normally have the complex financial language without the clear translation or explanation. This one also putting the woman with a less formal education or financial. Yeah, okay.
You will take only 2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, right, okay. Then this is a thing, then there is a social barriers also there, because they have to traditional gender like roles when they have to get the permission from the family also, the husband or father like this, and from community perception also challenge to them. Then another thing is financial literacy also limited to them. Then they have because that is the thing already I have explained to you, training program, financial education gaps also, major gaps to them. Then here I give the major solution. They have to streamline the application process, then they reducing the paperwork and making the lending more accessible to women entrepreneurs in Japan. One stop searching center means no need to go and here and there, only one stop they contacting with the completion of the work. Then digital application platform is more easy to them, because nowadays they are using the mobile phone, some other thing. If they are providing like these facilities, easily they can get the loan. Another one is group guarantee model for the guarantors. If they provide in the group guarantee method, that is a help to them, because women entrepreneurs, where they are form a group and collectively get them. And character-based lending approaches mean from their experience, how they are handled with the financial institution from the experience. If they are providing the more loan facilities, more help to them, and progressive lending structure also best to them. And customized payment schedule, seasonal adjustment mechanism also help to them to get the loan, and they can develop their business. And the conclusion is that if they are doing like a systematic process, they can get the more investment by providing the microcredit, and they can facing some other thing. At the same time, foreign investors also help to the local women entrepreneurs. They can facing these challenges and get the more development for their business activities. Then in future also we can further do the financial literacy training, concessional loan scheme, how can be effectively used by the local person, and we can expand the DLE with the mixed method approach across the all other district and provinces. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lokeshwari. This is a very good study. I'm impressed with your finding, because women entrepreneurs are facing a lot of challenges, including high interest rate, collateral requirement, and complicated application procedure, short repayment period.
High interest.
These are very good findings. Yes. Again, you will be given 4 minutes. Any question from audience? Professor Silva speaking.
Yeah, this is Silva from Griffith University, Australia.
Yeah.
You said that the high interest rate
Yeah.
hurting the women entrepreneurs or whoever getting loans, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
That's a policy matter, because you can't have different interest rate for men and women, right? The bank can't differentiate. So number one, what's your suggestion that in that case, in terms of policy making, what sort of suggestions you are making to the bank or whoever the lending provider, how to handle
Yeah,
this situation.
After complete my research studies, I met with the banking officers regarding this matter and regarding my findings and everything. They have told to me, they have considered my point also, they will inform to the head office. At the same time, another thing is cessation loans also provide by the bank, but in the northern province, immediately they didn't inform regarding the facilities to the women entrepreneurs. That is the problem. End of the time only they inform, they give the awareness regarding the cessation loans, which the low interest rate and other facilities are informed to the women entrepreneurs. That is the problem. Then I mentioned these things also. They told that when they have the message only, they are going to inform to the women entrepreneurs, because when they got the information regarding the low interest loan or other facilities only, they are going to inform to the women entrepreneurs like this. And at the time I mentioned that one, because you should give the high priority to our area also. You have to give the high consideration regarding our women entrepreneurs also like this. I met with the officers and I let them to know the regarding my findings also. So, they told me, they try to, that's the thing, I know that one, they can't change the interest rate, but they try to, they can, if there are any other facilities, they try to inform to other women entrepreneurs.
So you think the bank can give a different interest rate to men and women? Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay. Now second question, you put a statistics there that women literacy rate 99.1. It looks very, very high. I don't think that is where did you get that statistics?
That is the normal, that is normal, the average normally women, when we compare with the men literacy rate, women literacy is high in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, but 99.1 is very unlikely. I don't think I have seen any such statistics. So you need to check the source.
Normally I got that statistical reason. I can give the evidence also. Okay. I have got it from that one.
You better check.
99.1%. That means that literacy level means they have got the basic education level.
Yeah, that's fine, but you need to check that statistic, please. I don't think that is.
Okay, right. Okay, I have got the information. Right.
Okay. Now I'm going to invite next presenter. ID number 53, J. Samantha Dharani and N. Trichelvam from University of Jaffna, Sri Lanka. You are going to speak on strengthening SMEs and young entrepreneurs in northern and eastern provinces of Sri Lanka. Both Samantha Dharani and N. Trichelvam.
Yes. Okay. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to present our proposal in the Communication Federation of Global Tamils. So myself, Dr. Samantha from the Department of Computer Science and Dr. Tirucharan from the Faculty of Agriculture. We both are from the University of Jaffna. So this proposal we have submitted based on the on behalf of the Jaffna Science Association. I hope many of you may heard about, like, it is initiated to transfer the knowledge, scientific knowledge to the northern region. So we are from section B, that is applied science. So this year, one of our objective to reach the SMEs around the northern province. So based on that, we have submitted this strengthening SMEs and young entrepreneurs in northern and eastern Sri Lanka. So I just gave the motivation, like why we target for SMEs, like small medium enterprises this year. Our country have a need regarding after the economic crisis, so we have a need to encourage our regional products. So for the immediate people we can reach, that is our small medium enterprises. So this is based on the data we have collected in the northern province, so Mullaitivu, Mannar and Vavuniya. So it shows the turnover we are getting from the SMEs. So the Mannar is 80,000, but the below is also like it's not too low. They are contributing a lot for the community. Even we are having a small amount of SMEs, because the northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka, we are having lots of cultural attractions. So it's a good place in terms of tourism. And the SME is also based on the place where they are located. So based on the data side, we can see the categories like mostly tailoring, but we are having the food production, agriculture based, and the Palmyra based. So these are the common things, but we are having like kind of SMEs related to the tourism. That part need to improve in the region, but we are having lots of different varieties of SMEs, and we also study the gender-based, how they are distributed. So surprisingly, the female leading on the small medium enterprises. So this is the background, I could say, like how it is looks like in northern province. So at the moment we are having the data related to northern. Eastern is our next target. That's the next target we thought of reaching. So what the problem, even though we are having small medium enterprises, like what's the level now they are in their business? So that's the question. So they are having the products, but they are lack of the standards, like international standards, how they can get the certifications or trades for their products. And we are having the gap also regarding the platform, how they can showcase or bring the business to next level in terms of how they can reach the global market. What are the networks we are having? It's a lack. So our proposal is based on like how we can improve these two things. So one is in the skill level, the other one is bringing the platform. So based on that, our first part is proposed to build a capacity building program. So this one, we design it as a 5-day session workshop. So we get a few supports from the funding institutions, like we are in the process of with them. So we are focusing a few things like intellectual property related training sessions, and how they can prepare if they wanted to get the brand or certification, what are the process and how they can obtain those things. And the digital marketing, also they want to apply these things and do some presentation at the end of this 5-day workshop. So this workshop we have designed after the discussion with the industrial department. So they have suggested like they have a need in these areas. So based on that, we have designed that course, and we also got some resource persons to do the session. The second part of the capacity, that after the capacity building, to overcome the next limitation, that is the reaching the global platform. So for that, we thought to organize a regional trade fair. So we teach to them how they can do. Then they need to apply and bring their products in the trade fair. And we thought of bringing the diaspora people and the local investors, foreign investors, and they need to pitch their product in front of them, and they can mentor them how they can improve the quality or the way they are labeling, or what are the barriers they are having. Through that, they can market their products. Like it's a kind of bridging these 2 people or 3 people together. So these are the things we thought of. And our methodology, we have collected the northern part. So based on that, as I said, we designed the workshop. Then the second part is regional one. So our evaluation, we thought of like how the number of SMEs reach the global market. So that is one count. So after these sessions, like how many of them, they expand their business to global level. and whether they learn the digital marketing skills like posted in social media or their group channels. So those things we thought of evaluating through our association, Jaffna Science Association. So based on these methodologies, so this is our proposed budget for this session. We are looking for the funding agency, but for our first session, we somehow get the sponsors. But for regional trade fair, we are looking for the sponsors. Or when we search the sponsors that time, this conference announced, so we thought why we can't submit the proposal and get some interested people. Not only for the sponsors, we also searching people as a resource person to give some sessions to improve, like what are the need in the global market, how they can, yeah. Oh, sorry. Sure, sir.
Go ahead.
So that's the two major concern when we submit this proposal. So how we need some resource person. We got the persons for digital marketing and branding things, but IP is a huge secure thing. So we are searching for the people. If anyone we can get from this conference, that's really good. And also the sponsorship, like if anyone interested, you can reach out the Jaffna Science Association. So this is our expected outcome. So for the product, like we wanted to train these SMEs, and the exhibition also we target around 50 participants, and the investors is 30 plus maybe. So we hope like we can improve these because of these two sessions, we can improve these SMEs this time through our Jaffna Science Association. If we get the continuous support, we can continue this workshop as an annual things through our community, like the Jaffna academics, the University of Jaffna academics, also the industry partners. And thanks. This is in conclude, like our thing is to improve the development. So they are having business, but we try to help them to bring that to next level via the training programs and the regional trade fair. So thank you for the opportunity to present our work in this session. So now I open for the question. Thank you.
Ms. Samantha Tarani, and I enjoy your presentation. You said what type of challenges these SMEs are facing, and you have tasked to train 200 plus SMEs. Anyway, I open the floor for question. Those who have questions, please come here. Please come here. Please come here. One question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, you proposed to strengthening the SMEs and entrepreneurs in the north and eastern province, isn't it?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. But there are some challenges in the SME sector in the both region. Actually, compared to the other part of the Sri Lanka, north and eastern people's culture and beliefs are somewhat different. So therefore, the strengthening the SMEs, actually, before that, they need some base requirement like a registration, understanding starting the business and packaging, cost calculation, even marketing. In those sectors, in those aspects, actually these people are somewhat low knowledge. So at the same time, as most of the people in northern province, as per the cultural base, they are expecting secured job, like government job. Therefore, that is the main reason they are not ready to start their own business. In the northern east part, there are studies says. I think you have to consider those things in your research when you are providing the training and other things. Because of that, you can improve the SME sector in the particular region. You consider these things in your research.
Thank you for the question and the suggestion, madam. Yeah, when we talk with the industrial department, they also mention From the data, like Jaffna having around 3,000 or 4,000 SMEs at the moment, Northern Province. Especially Jaffna is nearly 3,000 SMEs we are having. The programs also they are conducting, as you said, like this, how they can certify their business. So their suggestion also, they don't know how to labeling the stuff and getting the brands for them. So they suggested for us, like, you can think in this way. So as you suggested, these are the things we also included in our workshop sessions also. Thank you for your observation around the region, and thank you for the suggestion. If you are interested to give any suggestions or consultancy, please reach us. We are happy to have you as one of the resource person also.
Okay, Samantha.
Thank you.
One more question.
Yeah.
That's a good presentation. I have a full question. So you mentioned that there's a lack of export information, or there's a coordination there. Do you have any source of data that what other products are available to export outside? Okay, before I finish the first question. Mostly, sometimes the products are available for export. The main thing is the quantity, continuous supply. Is that the continuous supply is available for certain product as well?
So if I'm correct, the question is, what are the products already reached the global market, is it?
No.
The question.
What are the products available to export to global market?
Okay, so so based on the data, the food items like the Palmyra related one, and the tailoring, even also they are looking for they are tailoring, it's a kind of dresses like as India doing. So they are also looking for the global thing, and the spices. So these food items, tailoring, they are looking for the platform to reach the global market. Yeah.
So other than service sector, do you have any manufacturing information?
So based on the data, the coconut, Palmyra, and the tailoring, food is actually related to our own base. Like it's a kind of restaurants like Amachi we are having here. It's not the food, but the products, mostly the spices. From based on the data, these are the things I am aware of that. But happy to have a talk with the people and with them. What are the other products? Yeah.
One more suggestion. You said Jaffna Science Center is working. You guys working with them. There's a number of northern export in Sri Lanka. They're mostly focusing and helping exporters from northern part of Sri Lanka, from registration, exporting, packaging. Are you guys coordinating with them?
So from the industrial department, they haven't mentioned something like that. They said like that's the part we need to improve. Maybe thank you to let me know, like I can check those things. Yeah, yes.
One more question.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Dr. It's not a question, it's a comment. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Regarding the startups and new business initiatives, we have a Chamber of Commerce here. We are doing venture shown programs, incubator programs through. Do you heard about WUSC? WASC Sri Lanka? They do lots of training and development for new business initiatives. So I got you a business card from the screen. So we will connect you through the Tamil Venture Zone. You'll get an email.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Samantha.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoyed your presentation. Dr. Balamohandan, Dr. Shivakumar Shivasubramaniam, Navy Davis Consulting Engineers, and University of Jaffna, possibly Dr. Shivakumar Shivasubramaniam from University of Jaffna. Yeah, unmuted. Okay.
First of all, thank the Global Tamil Forum for organizing this conference and providing this opportunity to me to be able to present this paper. The title of the paper is Water Resource Development and Management for Jaffna Peninsula, Sri Lanka. My background, I'm a civil engineer, civil structural engineer, currently manage a consulting practice. I completed my first degree in the UK, BSc in civil engineering. Then I did my master's at Adelaide, University of Adelaide, completed with a PhD at Griffith University. Was mainly on bridge loading and bridge capacity assessment. I've been managing this engineering practice for the last 20 years. Before that, in Australian public service for 20 years. When I finished my degree in the UK, I went back to Sri Lanka, worked for Maoli Development Board. After 1983 incident, I went to Jaffna and worked on a water supply scheme for 1 year. Then I migrated to Australia. Getting back to the subject of the paper, my co-author is Dr. Sivasava Kumaran, who is an expert in this subject, and he has written so many books and papers, and I have consulted him several times. I work with him on charities also in the north. So we are good friends and colleagues. The introduction, as you all know, we have been talking about problems of water issues in Jaffna Peninsula and many frightening stories that the water will become saline, and also we are losing land. The proportion of the mainland is less as the years go by. So it is proposed that we collectively establish a research center, and the research center will gather data, have many data collection centers, and research will be conducted. There will be opportunities for students to do research and in conjunction with local universities or universities across the globe, mainly with Jaffna University. Jaffna Peninsula faces critical water insecurity challenges driven by climate variability, over-extraction. Over-extraction is pumping from the existing wells, therefore allowing for saline water to enter our wells. A 3-year plan is proposed, an integrated approach to ensure sustainable water access and support socio-economic development. The 3 major points affecting us is scarce fresh water, then salinity, as I have explained before, and inefficient practices, that overuse of water, mainly taking for agriculture. Therefore, the rainwater that we receive is limited. Sustainability and risk management. To ensure the long-term success of the integrated water management system, sustainability and risk mitigation measures are built into the plan. Local ownership. Water user committees will be established to maintain and manage local infrastructure. Climate adaptation infrastructure designs will incorporate objections for future sea level rise. So the sea level rise also will be monitored. Risk mitigation contingency funds will be allocated to address delays caused by extreme weather events. So contingency funds have to be collected by the center and deposited for extreme weather, to be used in extreme weather conditions. It is proposed that the Research Data Management Center is established, like we said, with the responsibility of data collection, data governance, sustainable water management. The establishment of the Research Data Management Trust is crucial for stewarding ethical, secure and interoperable research data governance, so the data is managed and secured and used for research purposes, and the papers are published periodically to inform the public of the status of water resources in Jaffna Peninsula. A governance structure is proposed for Research Data Management Trust with a board of trustees, 40% of researchers, and the researchers can be coming from the local universities, and then there should be a very good relationship between the universities and the research center. For legal ethical experts, 30%, we need the support of legal and ethical experts to guide the research center. There will be participation by 10% of this board of trustees from the public to have their input. There will be an executive committee, chairperson, secretary, treasurer, 2 technical advisors. The key functions of the Research Development Management Trust is policy framework, so establish policy, develop and enforce fair, findable, accessible, interoperable, reusable data standards. Secure repository, that how we hold data. Maintain a cloud-based platform with tiered access controls for data security. Capacity building, provide annual training for over 500 researchers. Not all of them will have to be stationed at the research center, and they can be working remotely. But the data will be collected, the papers will be published, reviewed, so we have to have adequate academic support as well. And this can be supported by other universities or volunteer academics working part-time or full-time. Dispute resolution, establish a mediation panel for conflicts related to data ownership. There may be conflicts time to time, and so a mediation panel will be required for this purpose. The adapted roadmap, Year 1 legal registration and pilot program with 5 universities. Year 2 expand to 20 institutions and launch the certification program. Year 3 sustainability, achieve financial self-sufficiency. Funding model, RDMT budget is projected to be 1.2 million a year. That's in dollars, US dollars. Source from diverse streams, grants 50%, membership fees 30%, service fees 20%. A methodology is proposed. A 3-phase approach ensures comprehensive water management, sustainable infrastructure development. Assessment month 1 to 12 months. This is a 3-year program and it's extendable forever, but the research center will continue to be functioning the same process: collection of data, publishing papers, and continuously inform public, and then control measures, implementing control measures. Hydrological surveys utilize GIS and remote sensing technology to conduct detailed surveys. Demand supply mapping, so there will be a continuous mapping of demand and supply. Map water demand and supply gaps through extensive stakeholder consultations. Phase 2, pilot interventions, months 13 to 24, rainwater harvesting. This is the major one, educating the public how to capture rainwater. As part of this proposal, construct 50 rainwater harvesting systems in high-need villages. Groundwater recharge, so captured water have to be recharged into the ground so that the good water levels are maintained. Install 20 groundwater recharge wells and 5 salinity barriers. The other component is farmer training. Train 500 farmers in efficient micro irrigation techniques. So as part of this program, train the public to use micro irrigation techniques so that the water is used very efficiently. As part of this phase 3, component 1 is infrastructure expansion. Expand water infrastructure to cover 80% of the peninsula. Institutionalization, formalize water user committees and monitoring system. So we establish an efficient use of water by the public. Overall, this is a good initiative, and we've been talking about these water issues for a long time, and it's about time that we establish a water resource center. Finally, the recommendations are the plan offers a replicable model for coastal water security. It is recommended that appropriate funding be provided and the plan be recommended for further assessment to include finer details for implementation. Both proposals, the establishment of a water resource development and management center and the establishment of a research data management trust, feature strategic steps and a framework to create the center as well as a trust to work hand in hand with other academic and research institutions to implement a sustainable, climate resilient, integrated water management system for the Jaffna Peninsula. This study is basically focuses only on groundwater, salinity and rainwater harvesting. It is proposed that the study be expanded to include overland flow with recommendation for maintenance of a network of ponds, kulam as we call it in Jaffna, in the Jaffna Peninsula and the rest of the province. The intake in percentage of the overall rainfall that is received. So further studies can be conducted to see how much water is captured by the kulam network and with the overall rainfall that is received and what contribution is made by these ponds, kulams, and estimate their intake in percentage of overall rainfall that is received. There are other limitations. This study is the input of drinking water from desalination plants. There are certain projects now currently operating, and there are proposals to establish more desalination plants so we can include the water that is being provided by desalination plants. Finally is we can monitor year to year how much our water resources are maintained and water supply is improving. In addition to this, if you want a further supplementing of water supply from the south, like Iranambadu scheme and all that can be also considered in this study. I would like to thank everyone for listening to this presentation. We are looking forward further contribution in developing this proposal into a reality. Thank you very much.
Balamukundan, I understand the importance of water resource development and management for Jaffna Peninsula. That's a serious problem. But due to time constraint, I am unable to take more questions. Only one question. If you have any question, only one you can take. Okay, please come. Please come here.
Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead.
My understanding is this is a proposal. It hasn't been done. Do you have any sort of like a cost analysis done at all before it's established?
Yeah, there is an estimate. It has to be refined. In the appendices, the figures they differ. We have to spend more time to get more accurate estimate. I cannot confirm the figures that I have quoted there.
Now I am happy to invite next presenter. There are three authors. Professor Chandrabadani G. Devadasan and Professor Narataraja from Eastern University of Sri Lanka. Your title, Development of Fisheries and Aqua Farming Practices in Eastern Province during the post-war period in Sri Lanka, focusing on the way forward.
For you is a good morning, for us is a good evening. Okay, good evening to all. I am Professor Chandrabadani Devadasan, working as professor in Eastern University of Sri Lanka. My topic is development of fisheries and aqua farming practices in Eastern Province during the post-war period Sri Lanka. So Eastern province has predominantly is agriculture-based economy contributed to the national economy and commonly referred as the granary of Sri Lanka. It contributes 25% of national paddy production, 70% of national milk production, and 21% national fish production to the national economy. Force for development in Sri Lankan fishing industry has centered in rebuilding and war damage infrastructure, re-establishing access to the fishing ground, promoting sustainable practices such as banning of bottom trawling, developing value-added product for export markets, and supporting community-based aquaculture initiative, including culture-based fisheries, to diversify the livelihood. The ongoing challenges include residual effects of conflict, such as continued security restriction and the Indo-Lanka fishing dispute in Park Bay, as well as the need to link emergency relief with long-term peace building and capacity building for fisheries development in East. When you look at the eastern, the location of Eastern province, it is falls under Bay and Bengal stretch in Eastern Indian Ocean. It has flourished with rich aquatic resources, aquatic systems. Come out. Okay, just hold on. So it is many lagoons, estuaries, mangroves, sand dunes, coral reef, barrier island, and also there are long major rivers falling in the East Sea. So you can see the eastern province in Sri Lanka giving the most, it's an economical province, and also there's a social structure. It's like a cosmopolitan. All four communities are living together harmoniously in this province. If you look at the economical income, for the first thing is, even though the agriculture is a main industry, but the fisheries, because the 2/3 of the coastline falling in the marine sector. So the full of marine sector, they are all are unutilized, untouched. Value-added aquatic things are in the Eastern Sea, but no research done. No one knows what are the fish species, shrimp species, and other invertebrate species are in that sea. So there is a lot of restriction to the research in this area. If you do the marine research, we need to get the defense approval. Okay, so ecological wise, the Eastern province, very significant one. Because the marine eastern coastal system, one of the thing, other than that is a micro ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem, forest ecosystem, animal kingdom, and the migratory birds and other special animals in the water aquatic system. So the people in the ecotourism are developing after post-war in Eastern province. Because other than that, there's Trincomalee itself in Eastern province is a strategic important place. Lot of historical places over there, and the value at very historical value over there. So every year the thousands of tourists come over here and searching the lot of facilities. Lot of facilities mean there are historical things they are looking for, watching the historical thing, as well as getting some traditional medicines over there. It's Ayurvedic and Siddha origin is in the Trincomalee Eastern, Mudur. So there's trees and utilize that facilities there. So these things are developed to in after it is very strong, multi-ethnic, multicultural region. So a lot of opportunities over there in Eastern province. So that we will look at the all three things what we have in the things. Fish production is there. We can take it the fisheries, capture fisheries, and the culture fisheries there. Capture fisheries after post-war, the 2009, the war ended, the production gradually increased, marine production. Then after 2009, when the economy fall down, so gradually the fish production, marine overall capture production decreased. And now even Sri Lanka in domestic usage, domestic consumption, we can't get the low price fish in the market. Before 2019 is at 100 gram per 500 gram of pelagic fish. Now is 2025 is at 9,000 rupees 500 gram of fish, or 10 times increased the prices of fish in the market. So the production decreased. After 2009 war ended, till 2015 it increased gradually and then fall down in the eastern province as well. And the inland sectors also, more inland sectors are using for culture fish fisheries in eastern province. In northern province, it's now step up, but it's not fully utilized. But in the eastern province, many seasonal and perennial all tanks are used for culture fish fishery. That is after post-war, it is gradually developed and reach a certain extent, and the production come from inland sectors. So what are the problem we are facing in the capture fisheries? Because we have a 2/3 of coastline and fall in our region, but the people are finding that getting the fish is very difficult in low cost. Okay, so the people are in malnutrition, protein deficiency occur in the region. So that what are the problems associated with the capture fishery? They are most of the people, there are harbor, it's a natural harbor here, and other than that, the small harbors here in eastern province, but there are modern, they are not using the modern technology. So we have to have some certain training. There's a gap for them. Because of that, they can harvest more fish from the offshore and the deep sea. So the number of people engaged in the offshore deep sea will be very low. Because the one thing, they don't have a technology. Second one, the knowledge wise. So we have to introduce certain things in the fishery sector in order knowledge, technological skills to the fisher people, in order to find the fishing ground and where the fishers are going. Oh, right. Okay, there are some. Okay, the fishing ground, forecasting, web platforms, we have to think. What are the challenges? What are the challenges, common challenges we have, other than the social challenges? People are opposing to expand the aquaculture practices here. There are a lot of potential, aquatic potential here, but cannot be utilized because of the oppose. But expanding or promoting the aquaculture it cannot be done because of the social pressure there. In the local people always against for the culture fisheries in the aquaculture. In the opportunities there, we have to introduce technological side, satellite system. There are Cornell University now come forward to have a partnership with the Eastern University to promote the research. But there are obstacles. Cannot be done in the marine research independently. We have to get the government approval, defense approval. We cannot do small research in the marine system. So it is a very obstacle over there. But we have a lot of potential, unutilized aquatic potential there. Resources there, we must be utilized. So these are people are from the foreign diaspora. They have to come forward and do something. So we have the pearl fishery, we have the green mussels, very valuable resources are unutilized. Okay, so we have to forefront. And the pearl fishery in the British Empire period, the pearl fishery was one of the earned lot of foreign exchange. But now is a pearl fishery in Tampalagam or Mannar are not in they are unutilized. Okay, all are wasted. There are challenges. We have a lot of opportunities. Okay, so the ecotourism one of the prime important because they are increasing numbers of tourists come to the east. It's one of the paradise, natural paradise you can see in the eastern coast of Sri Lanka. And then we have to ask that underwater tourism we need to build up in eastern province. And the indigenous medicine we have to promote over there because of the Agastya was there, and the indigenous medicine they developed in the eastern province. We have to develop because the tourist people they prefer getting their medicine from the internal inner. So that in lifetime don't visit in the eastern province of Sri Lanka. It is a paradise. it is a natural paradise you see in the real world. Thank you very much for listening to this one.
Okay, Professor Sandravadani. When you consider all these three districts, yes, you have opportunities, you have potential, but the utilization is a serious issue for decades. I'm also from that part.
Yes.
I understand.
Okay.
Good luck, Professor. And we can have a few questions. Any question? Professor, you did not mention, no, I think that you identified a lot of potential. The Mahavali River is coming.
Yes.
Reaching the Indian Ocean in Muttur, Kotiar Bay.
Muttur, yeah. Yes.
That's a huge potential.
It is the main Mahavali River emerging. Yeah, huge, emerging to the Muttur Sea.
Second natural harbors.
First largest river.
Hong Kong in Asia.
Second natural harbor there. Fisheries industry, chemical industry, textile industry, all industry flourish.
Yes.
It's a
untapped
dynamic place in Sri Lanka.
Yes, untapped opportunities. Okay.
But all resources are unutilized.
Okay, Professor, what is your suggestion? Okay, you identify challenges, you identify potential, we are unable to utilize.
There are challenges.
Potential. So, what is your suggestion? What we can do?
Yes, we have a lot. So we have aquaculture products, aquaculture species. Here we have to do value addition by farming. So second one, we have the Tambalahamam, we have the pearl industry there. We have to re-establish that pearl industry and the seaweed industry over there. Lot of potential over there. Second one, for tourist purpose, we have to develop the underwater aquarium in the eastern province, Trincomalee, underwater aquarium. People prefer to see because of the ornamental fishes are very rare. Ornamental fishes are in the Trincomalee part. So we have to build up that one also to attract the tourists in eastern province. And second one, we are the Trincomalee campus searching for getting to marine faculty, marine technology and resource management for 20 years. We are submitting proposal. Finally, 6 years ago, the UGC approved in principle marine faculty in Trincomalee campus. 6 years ago, they are principally agreed and they said no fund, but we are country is economic turmoil now. So then again we try to get the fund from Indian government, now on process, so that they are reluctant to establish the marine faculty in Trincomalee campus. Lot of barrier. Even though whatever the marine research or marine study, we have to get the defense approval. Without that, we cannot engage in marine research, fisheries research, marine offshore and the deep sea. Now only we are okay. There are some obstacles. This one very sensitive area in Sri Lanka.
Good. Thank you, Professor. Since Mahavali River is reaching, yes. Yeah, please come here.
Mudur.
Yes, that Mahavali River is taking a lot of food for this marine life.
Yes.
That's why we have premium quality. That cuttlefish.
Oh yes.
Premium quality. Yes.
Yes,
true.
Crab, prawn, all oysters, green mussels.
Yes.
Value the green mussels over there.
Here, Professor, here we have one gentleman with one question.
நீங்கள் சொல்லியிருந்தீர்கள் 2015ஆம் ஆண்டுக்கு பிறகு மீன்பிடி குறைவாக வந்தது, அதனால் இப்போது விலை கூடிவிட்டது என்று சொல்லி. புதிய உத்திகள் எதுவும் பாவிக்காமலே அதற்கு முதல் மீன்பிடி கூடவாகத்தான் இருந்ததென்றால், மீன் பிடிக்க போபவர்கள் குறைந்ததால் மீன்பிடி குறைகிறதா, இல்லாட்டால் மீன் பிடிப்பதற்கான வசதிகள் இல்லாதால் மீன்பிடி குறைகிறதா என்று சொல்ல முடியுமா?
என்னன்னா மீன்பிடி வசதியான பொறுத்தரவில் மாடர்ன் டெக்னாலஜி இப்போ போகிறோம். ஏன் இந்தியன் ஃபிஷர்மேனுக்கும் ஸ்லோன் ஃபிஷர்மேனுக்கு இடையில ஒரு கன்ஃப்ளிக்ட் வரணுண்டா அவங்கள்ட்ட அந்த மாடர்ன் டெக்னாலஜி இல்லை. எங்கே மீன் ஸ்கூல் மீன் இருக்குன்னா அந்த நோக்கி அவங்க போகக்கூடிய அவங்கள்ட்ட டெக்னாலஜி இல்லை. Technology wise, poor Eastern fishermen. One thing. Second one, after 2019, the country's economy fallen. So fewer cost fuel. We see that during 1-2 years, we are online to get the fuel. We were online in the queues long queues, more than 200, 300 meters. So we got the fuel problem. Fuel cost increased. Shortage of the fuel, and after that fuel prices increased. Because of that, the cost increased, the prices increased in the market. When I was Trincomalee, I was Trincomalee for 3 years as a rector of Trincomalee campus. I didn't go to the market to buy fish, very expensive. Only we can eat the meat, other protein things. So that we have to find out, one is technology shortage, one thing. Second one is some fishermen need to get some awareness, some training. Okay, the fishermen also and the deep sea fishermen.
True.
In technology wise.
Thank you. One more question.
தொழில்நுட்ப ரீதியாக நாங்கள் பின்தங்கி இருக்கின்ற ஒரு பெரிய குற்றச்சாட்டை நீங்கள் வச்சிருக்கிறீர்கள். ஆனால் அதை டெவலப் பண்றதுக்கு எங்களுடைய அந்த சாதாரண ஏழை மக்களுக்கு, பொருளாதாரத்தில் பின்தங்கி இருக்கிற எங்களோட மீனவர்களுக்கு உங்களுடைய ஆலோசனை என்ன? எதிர்காலத்தில் அதை எப்படி நீங்கள் முன்னேற்றத்துக்கு உங்களுடைய வேலை திட்டங்களை அதுக்காக எப்படி செய்ய போறீங்க? அதுக்கு புலம்பெயர்ந்த சமூகம் எந்த வழியில் ஒத்துழைக்க வேணும் என்ற ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு பாலமாக நீங்கள் அந்த விஷயத்தை இதில் தெளிவுபடுத்த வேணும். அதே நேரம் அங்கேயும் தரமான தொழில்நுட்பங்களை கொண்டு வரக்கூடிய ஆலோசனையை நீங்கள் முன்வைக்க வேணும். அது எவ்வளவு வெற்றி அளிக்கும்ன்றது குறைஞ்சபட்சம் 75% மேற்ற நம்பிக்கையை எல்லோருக்கும் நீங்கள் ஏற்படுத்த வேணும். அதற்கான உங்களுடைய ஆலோசனை என்னன்றதை நான் எதிர்பார்க்கிறேன்.
ஓகே, நான் இப்போ 35 வருஷம் மீனவத்தை பற்றிய படிப்பிச்சு கொண்டிருக்கிறபடியால் என்னென்ன பிரச்சனைகள் என்று தெரியும். எங்களுக்கும் இலங்கைக்கும் இடையில, இந்தியாவுக்கும் மேலே எந்த ஒரு டிஸ்பியூட்டும் இல்லை. உண்மையான எங்களோட ஸ்கில் இல்லாததால தான். அவங்ககிட்ட ஸ்கில் இருக்கு, அவங்ககிட்டையும் ஸ்கில் இல்லை, எங்களிடமும் ஸ்கில் இல்லை. அந்த என்னென்ன டிடெக்ட் பண்ணுறது எங்களுடைய ஏரியாவை எங்கெங்கே நாங்கள் ஃபிஷர் கண்டுபிடியாது. அந்த சேட்டலைட் சிஸ்டம் வந்து நாங்கள் எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்ண போகிறோம். நான் மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன் என்னுடைய ப்ரெசன்டேஷனில். there are certain systems we have to develop. Satellite system we need to develop. Recently there was a Conan University, one professor came and talked about this matter, about the satellite system, web ranking, the communication with the fishermen, how to we can the banned fisheries. There are some illegal fisheries they are using. That should be stopped. That because of that there's a decline stage we are looking at the production. So fishermen has to listen. Fishermen always, even whatever we said, they said they are very experienced people. We know everything. Okay. Earlier we had some training program. அவங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் கூப்பிட்டு யூனிவர்சிட்டி கூப்பிட்டு வெக்கேஷன் பீரியடில் நாங்கள் ட்ரைனிங் எல்லாம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. சில இதுகளில் ஹோம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் அதை பற்றி எல்லாம் நாங்கள் விளங்கப்படுத்தணும். நாங்கள் செய்த நாங்கள் இப்போ இல்லை.
ப்ரொஃபஸர், உங்களுக்கு இன்னொரு கொஸ்டின். மிஸ்டர் ஆனோல்டு வர்றார். அவரும் யாழ்ப்பாண இதில் முக்கியமாக இந்த மீன்பிடி விஷயம் தெரிஞ்சவர். அவர் கூட நானும் பிரகதிக்க போகிறோம். வாங்க.
எஸ் ப்ரொஃபஸர், ஒரே ஒரு கொஸ்டின் தான்.
சொல்லுங்க.
என்னட்டு சொன்னால், இந்த மல்டிடே ஃபிஷிங் சிஸ்டம் இருக்குது தானே. ஸோ எங்களுக்கு இந்தியன் ஃபிஷர்மேன் தான் சேலஞ்ச் என்று சொன்னால்,
மல்டிடே வந்து பிங்கோலையும் வாழைச்சேனை கல்முனை.
ப்ரொஃபஸர், இது இந்தியன்ஸ் அவங்களோட அந்த மீன் ஃபர்டிலைஸ் பண்ற பீரியடுக்கு 40 டேஸோ 54 டேஸ் ரிலீஃப் கொடுத்து கம்பன்சேட் பண்றாங்க ஃபிஷர்மேனுக்கு. ஸோ ஸ்ரீலங்காவில் இந்த நிமிஷம் வரையில ஏன் ஒரு பார்லிமெண்ட்டுகளால் ஒரு சட்டத்தை கொண்டு வந்து எங்களோட 2/3 இருக்கக்கூடிய கடலில் நாங்கள் இந்த ஃபர்டிலைஸ் பண்றதுக்குரிய பீரியடுக்கு கம்பன்சேட் பண்றதுக்கு நாங்கள் செய்ய முடியாமல் இருக்கிறதுக்குன்ற ஒரு விளக்கம் தெரிவிங்களா?
என்னன்னு சொல்லுங்க. மற்ற நாடுகளிலே தான், இந்தியாவிலே தான் சர்டின் பீரியடுக்கு ஃபிஷிங் வந்து ஸ்டாப் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஏன்னா அந்த காலங்களில் மீன்கள் வந்து ரீப்ரொடக்ஷன் இன்வால்வ் பண்ணுற காலம் உண்டு. மெனி பெலாஜிக் ஸ்பீசிஸ் வந்து அந்த காலத்தில் ரீப்ரொடக்ஷன். அப்போ இந்தியன் கவர்மெண்ட் அந்த ஒரு பாலிசி இருக்குது. சர்டின் பீரியட் வந்து ஃபிஷிங் கிரவுண்ட் க்ளோஸ். ஸ்ரீலங்கா ஆல்சோ சர்டின் பிளேஸ்.
Okay, Professor. Very good. I need to take more question. Since I am also working on that area, Jaffna and Trincomalee, I know the issue. இந்த 30 வருஷ யுத்த காலத்தில் தமிழ் மீனவர்கள் கடலுக்கு போக முடியல, அல்லது அவர்கள் பாரம்பரிய முறையில் இருந்தாங்க. அந்த நேரத்தில் மற்ற இலங்கையில் ஏனைய பகுதிகளில் இந்தியாவில் எல்லாம் இந்த துறை வளர்ந்துட்டு அவங்கெல்லாம் பெரிய பெரிய படங்கள்லாம் வாங்கி டெக்னாலஜி
உண்மை அதுதான்
காபரை எடுத்துக்கொண்டீங்கன்னா மீன் உள்ள காபருக்குள்ள வர முதல் எங்கடியார்கள் கட்டு வலை அல்லது கரை வலையை வச்சு கொண்டு நிற்கிறாங்க. பெரிய பெரிய நாட்டு படகுகள் தெரியும். ஆழ்கடல்ல வச்சு அவங்க நவீன தொழில்நுட்பத்தை வச்சு பிடிச்சிருக்காங்க. இங்க கரைக்கு மீன் வருது இல்லை. யாழ்ப்பாண மீன் சொல்றாங்க. ஒரு காலத்துல மீன் எங்களை தேடி வந்து இப்ப நாங்க மீனை தேடி போடுவோம். அது பெரிய பிரச்சனையா உருவாகி கொண்டிருக்குது.
என்ன பிரச்சனை அது என்னன்னு சொல்லுங்க. இவங்க வந்து அவங்க டெவலப் பண்ணிக்கிட்டாங்க. அவங்க இந்தியன் மீனவர்கள் எல்லாம் டெவலப் பண்ணி அவங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் வெல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆகாது. ஓகே, இவங்க கனகாலம் வந்து அந்த ஃபிஷிங் கிரவுண்ட் வந்து பாவிக்கப்படையில சரியோ, பாவிக்கப்படாம இருந்தபடியா அவங்க நிறைய எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்றாங்களே ஃபிஷ் என்ன ஆனபடியா அவங்க கூட பொட்டம் ட்ரோலை யூஸ் பண்ணி எல்லாத்தையும் அவங்க ஃபில்டர் பண்றாங்க.
வெரி குட் பிரசன்டேஷன்.
ஃபில்டர் பண்றாங்க. அதான் the problem.
Very good presentation, Professor. Lot of engagement here. Final word from you. Final. Okay.
என்னுடைய நான் ப்ரொஃபஸரா இருக்கிறேன் சந்தர்பதனி.
ஓகே ப்ரொஃபசர்.
என்னடா சார் இது வந்து ஒரு நாள்ல நாங்க இது தீரா.
எஸ்.
இதுக்கு இப்ப நீங்கலாம் திட்டத்தை
நாங்க இப்போ ஒன்று செய்ய போறோம். இந்த டீப் சீல உள்ள ஈஸ்டர்ன் இதுல உள்ள டீப் சீ ஃபிஷரிஸ் ஒரு ஸ்டாக் அசஸ்மென்ட் செய்ய போறோம் இந்தியன் யூனிவர்சிட்டி.
இது நடக்கலாமா?
ஒரு சுருக்கம்.
அப்ப இந்த இன்னைக்கு இருக்கா? ரைட். ஓகே ஐ வில் கம்.
இன்னைக்கு நாங்கள் தமிழா மீனவரோட மோதி கொண்டதோட ஆழ்கடல் மீனை தான் டெவலப் பண்றோம். ஆழ்கடல் மீன் பிடிப்புக்கு இந்த இலக்கிய அளவுக்கு தடை விதித்திருக்கிறோம். மரமுமா தடை. இப்ப இந்த பொருளாதார நெருக்கடி இருக்கிறாரு. சில இடவழிகள் வருது. கிட்டத்தட்ட ஆழ்கடல் மீன் தம்பி மீன் சொல்லி கிட்டத்தட்ட 1 கோடி ரூபாய் ஒரு போட்டுகளுக்கு தேவை. அப்ப அதுக்குரிய இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் எடுத்துக்கொண்டு கிட்டத்தட்ட 5 பேருக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்பு கொடுத்தெல்லாம் ஒரு கிழமையில போட்டு விளையல மினிமம் 1 lakh உழைக்கிறேன். இப்ப நாங்க இந்த பிரச்சனையை பற்றி கதைக்கிறோம். பிரச்சனையை தீர்வான கதை ஒப்பந்தம் இருக்கு. எங்களோட சமூகத்தினோட பிள்ளையானபடியா பிரச்சனையை பற்றி கதைச்சு நோக்கி போறேன்.
எனக்கு என்ன 2 பிரசன்டேஷன் இருக்கு. நன்றி. கே கஜிந்தன், சுலக்ஷன், கே மாதங்கி, கிருஷாந்தன், பிரணவி from British College of Applied Studies, Department of Civil Engineering and York University. Are you there?
So good morning everyone. So thanks for the opportunity everyone. So I'm going to discuss about the evaluating the use of M-sand, which is called manufactured sand, as a sustainable alternative to river sand in concrete infrastructures, especially in northern Sri Lanka. Myself, Engineer Kajintan, and we have co-authors Sulakshan, Madangi, Krishandan and Pranavi. We are from British College of Applied Studies, Jaffna, Sri Lanka. And these are the contents I'm going to cover. So here you can see in this figure, there are 2 pictures I have given. So it shows the illegal sand mining because we need a lot of river sand for concreting, especially infrastructure development in Sri Lanka. Even after the war, we started creating a lot of infrastructure, especially the housing systems, road infrastructures, bridge infrastructure. So we need a lot of river sand for the concreting purpose. So it caused, the river ecosystem, it has destructed, and also soil erosion and depletion of groundwater implemented. So there's an escalating demand for the river sand in the northern Sri Lanka. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore the alternative for the M sand. So the alternative for the river sand, which is called manufactured sand. So there are limited research on the M sand application. Right. For what we're going to do is we need to do some sort of feasibility study of using M sand in concrete. So the main objective to find the feasibility of using M sand, especially in northern part. These are the specific objectives. Like we're gonna assess the quality of the M sand, then the mechanical properties of M sand, especially compressive strength, workability. Then third one is we're gonna analyze the potential for the large scale adaptations, and finally the environmental benefits and drawback of this manufactured M sand. And from the previous literature, I found some interesting topics because the Sun et al. They compared with river sand and also the M sand with Nagarajan's literature also. They found that the M sand concrete, it has higher strength than the river sand concrete. They found out it, and also it's eco-friendly and cost-effective. The cost comparison also, the M sand, it has less cost than river sand concrete, and also it has uniform particle size. The M sand means it's already manufactured from the factory by using crushers. So it has uniform particle size. So if you have uniform particle size, it's ensure better workability. So we can have better workability for the concreting purpose. And also there are environmental impact of river sand mining. Definitely illegal sand mining cause environmental damages, and also it reduce groundwater recharge, and also it's reduce biodiversity and loss of habitats as well. Then the performance of M-SAN wise, it has higher compressive strength, definitely we already discussed, and it has better water absorption with compared to the river sand, and also enhanced durability, and it's reduced environmental impact, because here we're going to produce the M-SAN production by using renewable energy. So renewable energy means solar or wind farm. So if you use renewable energy, definitely it will be a less environmental impact. And this is the methodology. First, initially we did literature review, then we selected the material for the testing. During the material testing, cast cubes, and initially we casted the cube for the grade 20 concrete only by replacing the river sand with 0% sand, 25%, 50, 75, and 100% replicable. We casted cubes and we checked the workability and compressive strength. So for the compressive strength, we did compressive strength testing, missions test, and we did a comparative analysis with the river sand and M sand. Finally, we had a conclusion. That's it. So these are the materials I have used. So I use ordinary Portland cement, Nippon cement for the cement, then manufactured sand, river sand, and coarse aggregate. So these are the basic properties. Then the mix design wise, we have 5 control mix. The first one is just river sand, aggregates, and cement. We have 25% M sand, 50, 75, and 100%. You can see the mixing ratios. The testing procedure also I have given. The slump test, the recommended value 150 to 200. Setting time also here I have given. Setting time in initially the concrete, it will take some time to set. So that is the time. Then the compressive strength, expected compressive strength 20 megapascal at 28 days. So these are the initial testing, and you can see these pictures. We casted cubes for the testing. And the slump test results you can see in this graph. So initial one with the river sand, it has 180, but when we increase the M sand portion to the concrete, it has reduced slump value. Definitely, if the slump value reduce, the workability will be reduced. But anyway, it's still within the range. So if you want to have more slump value means kind of watery kind of concrete. If you want to have more watery kind of concrete, definitely we don't need to go for 100% replacement, but we can go for 50%. That is also fine. Then in terms of setting time means the concrete, it will take some time to set. So if we introduce this M sand, the setting time is reduced. So concrete will set quickly. But if you want to have a concrete for the the molding structure, we need to have higher setting time. So what we are going to do is for these kind of things, we don't need to go for 100% replacement, but we can play with this 50 or 25 within those range. Then even for the compressive strength, you can see the initial one with the river sand, it has shown 24.53, but with the 100% M sand, it has given higher compressive strength. So this is that image for the testing we did in the lab, and this is the graph. So with the river sand one, it has lower compressive strength value. If we increase the M sand in the portion, you can see it has increased the strength. So there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of advantages of using M sand, especially in northern and eastern part. Even for the water absorption value of introducing M sand value, it has reduced. Even for the floating concrete, so especially the infrastructure made for the coastal area or area, we can propose this because it has less water absorption capacity. Even for the water tank also, we can use this. Then in terms of economic comparison, I did the analysis for the grade 20 and grade 25 concrete with M sand and river sand. This is the per meter cube value without transport. The cost serving ways, we can save about 3,000 rupees per meter cube. So even for normal housing purpose, we need about, let's say we need about 30 meter cube, so we can save about 30 into 3,000 rupees, so about 1 lakh rupees we can save. So even for the large infrastructure, we can save a lot of amount in terms of this byproduct of using this M sand instead of river sand. So the potential of large scale adaptation, definitely we have M sand factory in Colombo. WAPCO is called that that MSAN factory. They have the capacity of 400 cubes per day. But here in Jaffna area, northern part especially, we have, so this literature review I gathered from Tokyo Ready Mix plant. So they have this small scale of adaptation of MSAN value, because here we don't have any training sessions or awareness session to the people. So that's why they don't have the factory here, but they have a small kind of factory in Bavonia as well. But the large scale factory is located in WAPCO, no, the WAPCO in Colombo production. So what we're gonna do is, we have the northern Sri Lanka, we need 7 to 7.5 million meter cube annually, the river sand. So if we continuously use this river sand, we'll end up with flooding and a lot of environmental damage. Definitely we need to go for some sort of alternative option. So the advantages of M-sand is, we can use this M-sand using crushing the rocks, especially granites and basalt. It has uniform particle size, and also workability will be increased and we'll get more strength. But in terms of transportation wise, definitely we need to compare this transportation cost also. But if we go for the local adaptation, if we have local production factories, definitely we can reduce the cost. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be. Thank you so much. So then, even for the northern part, we have river sand extraction is 4.5 million metric ton per year. So what we're going to do is, if we introduce this M sand value, so these kind of sand extractions we can stop. So a lot of news you might heard about this illegal sand mining and court cases and the consequences. So definitely this will be a great initiative if we introduce this M sand in northern part Sri Lanka. So we can go for abundant granite, because in Sri Lanka and also in northern part, we have a lot of abundant granite factories and granites available. So what we available mean, it's in the Vavonia area. So what we're gonna do is, if we go for that, definitely we can solve this illegal sand mining issues. So limitations, we have limited crushers, and also these finding might be difficult to use in the other regions as well. Definitely there will be a transportation cost, and the local environmental construction industry standards, those kind of limitations are there. So government should promote some sort of tax relief and subsidies for these sustainable construction methods. And also we need to have some sort of R and research and development for the it should be started from university as well. So if we introduce these kind of things in the local universities and other private universities, definitely we can educate these people and contractors in Sri Lanka, especially in northern and eastern part. So in conclusion, what we can do is, if we introduce M-sand, definitely we can save some amount and we'll get higher compressive strength concrete. There are some drawbacks as well. Anyway, we need to compare both drawbacks to the positive aspect as well. So thanks for the opportunity. What we're going to do is, in future, we're going to analyze other external parameters and the possibility of installing the crushers, especially M-sand crushers in northern parts or eastern part Sri Lanka. Those are the future work in my research idea. So these are the references I used. Thank you.
We all enjoyed your presentation, engineering, Kajindan. This is highly technical presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Due to time constraint, one question, please. Only one question I can take. Okay. Then I go to the next presentation. Thank you
so much,
Mr. Kajindan. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I thank you all participants. We had fruitful discussion, a lot of questions. Everybody enjoyed the presentation. This excellent discussion, fruitful discussion. I'm happy to wind up the session. Thank you all.
Can you come back at 11:30?
Okay, again. Thank you for the technical assistance. Thank you for the proposal.